Sierra Center, so
All
I'll
right,
be
I'm live
walking
right
through
now.
the.
Good
All right,
morning. Good
bye.
morning. Yes. Excuse me. Hang on just a second. I was uh I was so into kit making that I almost forget we had a live feed to do. And Patrick, we drove separately today because Patrick's gonna go for a mountain bike ride afterwards, and so he will be walking in the door any second now. So let's get started. First of all, I started needling last night, and I didn't finish my pumpkins yet because there's more thought that goes into that because I'm planning out. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know about you guys, sometimes I get analysis paralysis and I just get stuck into thinking, like, how am I going to do this? And then it doesn't happen right away. And so that's where I'm at with my pumpkins, but those are going to happen because I am kidding. And so I went for the easy. For me, it's the easy go-to, and I started stitching out uh, the Christmas sleigh ride. So I am filming. I did have one instance where, and when I watch my videos, I hope you guys will forgive me because a lot of times I am doing that project for the very first time and I'm figuring it out as I go. And that's why a lot of that content is free because you get what you pay for. But it's usually pretty good content. And so there was like a moment where, hang on.
What are you doing?
I'm moving my bag. There was a moment where I was like, I don't think this is right. I had to go back and start over and go back and start over because the pictures didn't match. The pictures. How are you? Just getting dressed?
I was like, do I go 70s style?
I remember Sage. Her mom loves hairy chests and back. So she loved Tom Selleck. Remember?
The hairier, the
Magnum.
better.
What was it? Magnum PI.
I remember that conversation.
Where she said that to
and
you.
then like you guys are like, ew, and I'm like, wait a minute. What the hell?
Oh my god, that's so funny. No, I love it. I like 70s style. Anyways, I was needling, and so the video's not perfect, but it's real life, and it's kind of you get to be inside my head as I'm stitching. So I did start, though.
Chaos. That's what's in there. Chaos.
I did start, and like what I do too is like I group. So I group like the things that are going to be easiest or the least color changes, and and then also in the video I talk about the stabilizer because it wants 2 layers of heavyweight. Some of those stitch outs are like nothing. So I'm just doing one. I'm going to go back and forth between 1 layer of heavyweight and 2 layers of heavyweight, depending on how.
Is this Korea?
This is Japan.
Japan.
Yeah, this is Japan.
This is like you just look at it and you're like, this is how they dress in Japan.
Yeah. I love this. It's so cute.
Somebody said they loved your jumper. I want to be really quick because I got to finish building Jerry's table.
So, so here we go. I started with this Starry Night. And I'm using my flash frame. Oh, that was another thing. I went to go do tile number 2, and it was 7.14 inches, which was too big for the 5x7, but you can't size it down because that's going to affect your final stitch outline, and you need that. So I'm going to have to do those in a different hoop, just so you know. But I discussed that in, I know what hoop I'm going to do it in. I do not need your advice. You've never even stitched out 1 tile of a tiling scene. Do you love it when your husbands give you advice on your sewing and they've never done a sewing project? He did do
your husbands love being like completely worthless until they need help?
You're not worthless. Okay. So anyways.
Help!
Yeah, when it comes to fixing it, I'm going to call for him. All right, see? Fun. Oh, look at that one. Look how fun that is. And then I have my antlers. So I'm needling it on my 10 needle. If you are new to a 10 needle and you feel like you want to do a project and you want to be guided through it, just join me. I'll have Patrick post these videos because this is all I've done. But I did the setup and you know, how I cut my fabric, how I advance it, what hoop I'm using, all of that different fun stuff, how I program, how I do manual color sequencing, why I love that, which screen it's on, so all of those like important things. This overall, and if you're wondering what I am even stitching,
I'm gonna let you talk so I can.
Okay, we can talk I'll talk for a little bit. I'm stitching this. Isn't it adorable? Oh my God, it's so cute. I love it. I love you. Okay, so cute. So this is a September design. There is a thread set. I put the colors up that are in the thread set. So if you do not need all of those colors, you can just send me a note and say, I just need this. I was amazed I only needed 5 colors. Like usually I need probably about 20% or something. It's not a huge color list, which is really, really nice too. This is it. And if you want to buy the whole thread set, it's up on our site on sale for 15%. The design is on sale for 20% off. And it will count for your bonus CDs. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to talk about. Is there anything else I need to talk about that? Because this is a September design. So I will count this towards your bonus CD. And it's going to be really, really fun. Fabric-wise, I'm using charcoal, chalk and charcoal. I think that's Kaufman. Is it Kaufman? I think I had it on my selvage. I do have a little in the store, and I just ordered more yardage of that. So it's the perfect color. And I don't know. Is there anything else to talk about with that? I don't think so. Right? I know, but I think people expect perfection and just know that it's like it's me doing it for the first time. So please be kind, and you guys are. You guys are so kind to me.
She's like, don't give me thumbs down. I can't handle it.
I even gave myself thumbs down, but that was by accident. And if you accidentally give me
She was like, what do I do? I gave myself a thumbs down. I'm like, hit it again. It'll go.
You can undo a thumbs down. So maybe you decide you didn't like it and you thumbs down, and then you watch the whole rest of it and you go, oh, it wasn't that bad. You can undo your thumbs down.
So if any of you have ever seen the movie Elf gets on an elevator and then he starts pushing every button.
He goes like this
on the elevator.
And then
He's like, oh, it looks like a Christmas
them.
tree. And like this dude's just looking at him like, you. But, and when the very first night we get into Japan, because all the elevators in Korea are so new, when you push the button, if it's the wrong button, if you push it again, it turns off.
You can undo
your
selection.
And then like closes the doors, opens the doors,
works.
like opens the doors. When the night we got into Japan, Jeannie was telling her brother that that's how the elevator works. So the 3 of us are on the elevator with one other person, and Jeannie proceeds to push all of the buttons on the elevator, only to realize that none of the buttons would turn off.
Yeah, it was my elf moment. But
I was like, would you stop touching buttons? Because she kept pushing them.
Then I started to panic because it didn't undo.
Like, she's like, oh no. And she starts pushing of the buttons.
You ever panic and like on your computer or your machine, you get trigger happy. And so you panic and all of a sudden you're like pushing every button.
No, I've never done that. I stop pushing buttons and I go, what is happening right now? And so Jeannie was like, she was pushing every button. The other guy on the elevator, because
I did it. He's exaggerating. I pushed like 3.
No, there were like 5, but there were only 5 floors, and we were on floor 2, meaning the first floor was the one that we got off. And literally, the guy in the elevator with us was like,
I don't know
what is going on right now? I'm like, Would you stop pushing buttons? She's like, no, it's not working.
Yeah, don't do it in Japan. Okay, I guess that's the moral of the story. Do it in
Maybe
Korea.
on our trip, you can do that to all the ladies and make them wait for each door to open and close.
Anyways, yeah, it's called panic pushing. See, Donna even knows there's even a name for it.
I think
called panic pushing.
think it's a lady thing.
Oh God.
I do.
Anyways, oh my God, we're color coordinated. We should take pictures today. Okay. Yes, we are. Does it fit the 5? Yes, I'm using the 5x7. I'm using on this one. For most of it, I'm going to use the 5x7 flash frame that comes in the kit with the F driver. That's what I'm using for this end. So I cut my fabric long and skinny instead of wide and fat. So, and I'm just advancing it left to right.
But
is
you
what I'm
said
doing.
there's like a couple of squares.
I flipped through the whole thing, and I was like, there's two. There's 2 blocks that are 7x114, 7x14 that aren't going to fit into the 5x7. I mean, I could size it down, but that's going to affect your stitch line, and that's why I'm not going to do it. And I'll just do those at the very end in a different hoop. But yeah, this is like, it's going to be awesome. And this, okay, I feel like this one is a it's not as intense as a Thomas Kincaid or a Donna Gelsinger, but it is more intense than a like the Laura, is her name Laura Roberts, or the one that does the one that are kind of airy looking. So it's a little bit.
This really isn't that dense, though. Like,
I
is there
haven't
a lot
gotten
of this?
into it, Patrick.
Like, is there a lot of this though?
Patrick, there are some tiles that are going to be 60. Like, I think I saw one and it was like 63,000 stitches,
That's
which
a
is a lot of stitches. So
Can we talk about lace for a second?
But this isn't lace.
Well, but like tiling scenes in lace. Can we talk about them for a second?
No.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Yes. Go ahead.
So, I mean, for those of you that have been watching for a couple of years, you guys will know, and I don't think complain is the right word, but I try to make people aware that like tiling scenes and freestanding lace, they're just tough on machines. And people go, well, what's tough on them? Some of them are really dense, and that's tough on machines. But more than anything else, it's just super high stitch counts. So, like, over the span of 3 million stitches for your embroidery machines, it's a little different on multi-needles. It's more like 10 or 15 million stitches. But
this is really funny. They're enabling each other.
Who?
You deserve it and you need it. That's true. You do deserve it and you do need it. Just get it.
So, you're just compressing everything that might happen within that period of time into like a much shorter period of time. More baloney is gonna happen. And people have this tendency to freak out.
I like baloney. I like it when you use
well,
that.
I would rather use another word, but I'm not allowed.
I like it. It reminds me of like the 70s. People kids don't use that. I've never heard a kid use that.
Like kids don't curse these days. Like they don't curse as much. They don't do any of the fun stuff. They don't drink, they don't smoke, they don't have sex, they don't swear. They're boring. So
that's all our kids are all those things that he just said. They don't do any of that.
Don't freak out. Like, it's not worth freaking out.
Hey, I do have a recommendation for you. So if you are doing freestanding lace and you are getting, number one, breaking needles, or anytime I break a needle and I know it's not anything, first thing I do is follow my thread path and I go, did my thread get caught somewhere? But if I break a needle, sometimes I just go up in size, especially if it's super dense. The other thing you might consider
Microtex too.
is using a microtex needle. So a lot of times when it's really dense and we have people come in and they're struggling with it, I'll say, let's go to a 9014 microtex needle because it's going to handle
and
this thickness.
Slow down.
And you can slow it down. But a microtex needle is extra sharp. So it's going to do this penetration a little bit easier than maybe something that's going to be just a ballpoint or something like that. So so go to a 9014 microtex needle when it's really dense. I got to tell you, I always start with a 7511. And I'm reactive. If I'm having issues, then I'll move up in size.
Well, but you're at a point now where you don't panic. And what happens is people go, my needles are hitting something and they're breaking and therefore the machine is broken. And so now I'm panicked. Where no, it's like your needle gets dull, then it starts, it's not hitting something, but it's going through that density and it doesn't make a good sound when it's dull. And then it bends and then it breaks. And so the point is, all this stuff is possible. All this stuff is meant to be done on your machines. Your machines are capable of handling it. But you're taking everything that might happen over several months to your machine not working right, and you're condensing it into these small projects that are super stitch dense. The lesson overall is don't panic.
This one I would call moderate. So if you
what you see here is not stitch dense at all.
Well, I mean, half of it, I'm calling the overall project a moderate project because there's a lot of tiles that are like barely any stitching, and the bottom half of it is going to be some dense stitching. So this is a great one to do on your regular machine.
Warm up too.
Yes, this one's a great one, and there's not a ton of thread. Like sometimes there's like double that thread. So I'm super jazzed about this one. My goal is to finish it by, I'll probably have it done by the beginning of next week.
Well, and Jeannie made a point that like I had never really considered because we get a lot of panic phone calls, like freestanding lace, like more so than the tiling scenes. But like one of the things Jeannie said to me the other day, because we were kind of handling one of these situations.
There's one other thing I want to talk about with regards to that.
And like it was all fixed just by modifying behavior, right? Changing a needle, slowing the machine down, just kind of being more aware of what was happening with the project. And one of the things Jeannie said to me that I had never really considered was, you know, a lot of our people don't have anybody that knows what they're doing. And that to me just hit me like a ton of bricks because we get these phone calls from people that are outside of our area. And the reality is, like, you're just not getting any of this advice.
Well, maybe you have, like, you bring your machine into a dealer. Like, something that's good about our shop is our back end here. Like well,
everybody's using machines all the time.
Our boys have, I mean, they've been on every machine. They've seen it all. Or almost, I mean, I'm sure something will come in that'll be.
All at this point.
So like, on that end, we do over 3,000 machines a year. So they've seen everything. Sometimes we have things that happen in our shop that we bring to Brother that like we're the first, you know, people that have talked about that. So on the sewing side of it, you know, we're on all the machines, like, you know, between Lori, me, Michelle, Dana, Suzanne, we're on all the machines. We're using all the machines. We're talking about it, and we're doing all the different projects. And so, you know, if you have a small shop and maybe it's, you know, I'm shocked to hear that there's some stores you go into where they don't even demo the machines for you. Like, when you come in our store, we sit down on the machine, we show you the machine, and I'll say sew on it. Like, I feel like it's really important for you to hear it, for you to feel it. So it's there's some experience there, and there's a
whole lot of different levels of support. But like even like a lot of the major players, like they don't have the experience, and they don't. Like they're big stores, but you may not be able to count on that level of advice and experience.
And I do look for you guys for advice because you know I'm not the
well, and you guys point stuff out to us. The
quilting end side is maybe the one area where I'm not going to say we're deficient, but we could grow there.
Sure.
Like, we could grow there and learn more there. But even there, I've been on a lot of the different stuff and used a lot, like the basic stuff I can do.
So there's something that I got to get going to do. What else are we talking about today?
Oh, I do want to talk to you about, the last thing I want to talk to you about freestanding lace in your bobbin. I know sometimes it will ask you to use a matching bobbin color-wise. I want you to, for your freestanding lace, use a lighter bobbin. So if you could do a 60 weight or an 80 weight in your bobbin, you want to do that. That's going to help too with the density and and it being super, super tough. And it doesn't have to match perfectly, because when you're doing freestanding lace, it pulls your upper thread a little bit down to the bobbin area. So if it's yellow, then it's okay to have something gold or orange in the bobbin. For me, I just that might bother some of you. Like, it's got to match. It's got to match. So you can wind a matching bobbin, but if you can go with a pre-wound that's not as heavy, that's going to help your freestanding lace too. So when I'm doing green and it's a light green or a dark green on the top, I'm good with a medium green. I don't care. I'm just good with it just being close, like somewhere in that color family, and not being perfect, and using a pre-wound that's going to be a little bit thinner and not as heavyweight. So I usually will shoot for a 60 or a 50. And we have colored bobbins here in the store. We have class 15 bobbins, and then we also have them in variety packs. So if you buy that variety pack, that's perfect, because it has 12 different colors, and you can do a purple with a lavender in your bobbin area. That is totally fine. Okay, and that's going to help you and make your freestanding lace not so tough. All right, last thing I want to talk about before we go, and I don't know, we haven't even talked about the question of the day.
There won't be one.
We'll just next week it'll just be a giveaway.
Yeah.
So we'll just do a giveaway, and it'll just.
Glasses for a while.
I know. I was in the car going, wait, before you clean my glasses, we put up the jelly class. So the jelly class is up. It's going to be September 23rd. It is a free.
You're not looking at anything right now.
Okay. But what? Just in case, it is a free sew along. Michelle's going to be doing it, and we finally got the kit together. Kits aren't going to ship until the beginning of September. I have some of them that we're going to do, and it's going to be so much fun. You will be doing 2 of these. Isn't this one cute? Look at the fun zippers. Your kit's going to come with all of the hardware. It's going to come with zipper tape. You're going to get 3 different colors. Although it's kitted for 3, you're only going to be stitching out 2, and you'll be able to do the final one on your own. You'll learn how to work with jelly, what foot's going to be the best. You're going to work with a zipper, and this is half a zipper. So you're going to learn how to do the half a zipper and putting on your zipper pull. And you'll do the large, the medium, and I think we're skipping the small, and we're doing like the mini, whatever size that is. So, kits are going to vary. So I don't want you, every kit is going to be adorable.
It's custom.
But hang on.
So somebody asked about numbers from the brother sale. I never ran final numbers.
It was a lot.
It was we were over 300 orders before the last day, and there were probably, I don't know, another 30 or 40 orders that last day. So it's a lot, and it's gonna take a long time for us to get through.
We're gonna blaze through it because we have super speedy girl Lindsay, and she is excellent. So here are the jellies. So your kit isn't necessarily going to have that, and we are not taking requests because it's too hard. We'd have to sit there and be like, okay, does this have this, or that? So I mean, if you come into the store and you want to grab, pick one, I'm totally fine with that. But honestly, they're all going to be so cute, and they're all going to have the most fun zipper tape and everything else in it. And the hardware is going to be all the same. You'll have the hardware. You'll have everything to do 3. We'll have the, Graydon's going to be here. She's back in school, so she hasn't been here all week. I've been missing her so much. But we'll put the jelly on the website at, we'll put it up at 15% off.
I thought you said it was up.
I think it's up. I don't know if it's up at a discount. So if you want to say jelly class and just put a note in there, 15% off, I'll give you 15% off the jelly if it's not already up there. And if you want, they sell this big chunky box with one of all the colors in it, and you can just splurge and get all the jellies. Michelle's been using it for everything. So if you're a bag maker, this might be the treat for you, okay? So like I might go ahead, the next kit might be, it might look like this. This might be the next kit. Because, oh my God, it's so cute. How do we decide?
They're all custom.
Decide. Like,
and no requests.
No requests.
No requests. That will not be accommodated.
Oh my God, this is so cute. I mean, this, like, how tropical would that be? Is that like, does that make, it makes you feel like eating candy, doesn't it? It makes me feel like eating candy.
Is the jelly class machine specific?
It is not machine
I gotta go.
specific.
Bye.
It is sewing only. It's a sewing class. However, the little you're getting strips, and once you cut down for your bag, you're gonna have leftover on the top of each one. You're gonna have like a little bit more, and a little bit more on the top of each one. And we did that on purpose so you can cut your baubles out, like all your different shapes. That is not going to be part of the class, although Michelle has already filmed it. So she did cut all of these shapes. They're all built-ins just on the scan and cut, except maybe the bow. I don't know if the bow is one of them. So she's going to film that so you can pre-cut those baubles. She will show you in the class how to use the rivet tool setter, so you'll be able to do that. But the scan and cut part is not part of the live sew-along. There will be a pre-recorded video that she'll send out for you. Any questions about that? So just get the kit. I think I put it up. Oh, let me show you the kit. Here's your kit. Isn't this so sweet? So you can buy it with or without the pattern, because some of you might already have the pattern. And there is all sorts of fun zipper tape, like striped zipper tape, small stripes, big stripe, animal print. And then like this kit has these 3 colors in it, and you're going to have all of the hardware that you're going to need for 3 of these. And then once you've done it once, and this could be out of fabric too. So this is definitely a project that you could double side your fabric and then stitch it out as well. Or, I mean, you could do single side and then, but you might have some raw edges. So let me see if there's any questions about that. What are the new classes for next week? Let me look into that. Should always be friendly. Oh, that's a good one too. Yeah, our new system sends you, if it's been a year since service, we're sending you something out. And yeah, that is, Marlene, I didn't even think about that. Some of you have lots of different, machines that you might have brought in. So we'll see if we can be more specific. The vinyl is so incredible. Will the jelly class be? Yes. So no, it's not machine specific. Any machine. You might need feet. So you can go on, I think Michelle posted, she might have posted the supply list in there, and it's going to tell you what feet she's recommending that you have. I will absolutely ship something to the UK. Miss Glitterby, what time is it there? I think it's late. They look like sherbet. For the scan and cut, which video do you use the scan? I mean, we have so many videos, but Michelle will put up a video. It'll probably say jelly pouch or something, and then, you know, cutting your shapes that you're going to be using for class. And oh, the rolls of jelly, those are $19.99 a piece. The box, honestly, I'm not sure how much the box is. These are $19.99 a piece, but they're nice chunky rolls, and they're 18 inches by 53 inches. Yeah, 18 inches by 53 inches, and these are sassafras lane, a sassafras lane product. So, yeah, so on there, the option is to buy a kit with pattern, a kit without the pattern, and just the kit. And don't forget, these are not going to be ready. Well, I just rather say they're not ready until like this date, and they might be ready a little bit earlier than that. I'm actually putting some together right now. But the official ship date's going to be September 1st for these, and then the class is going to be September 23rd. And if you can't make the class, don't worry. It's going to be YouTube Live, and you'll be able to watch it. As long as YouTube hosts the videos, it'll be up there forever, which is nice because sometimes I've taken classes and they give you access for a month. And I know how busy I am, and sometimes I can't do it in that month. And I'm like, oh, okay, that was great. Just wasting money. So this is nice because as long as we can host it, we make it available for you forever. Where's Mr. Patrick? Mr. Patrick's already gone for the day. Somebody asked about classes for next week because we do have classes going on next week. Let's talk about those really quickly. Let's talk about classes next week. All right. Karen Bowl is doing Sunflower House, which is for the hometown quilt. Hopefully you guys have been keeping up. That is going to be the last live class that we're going to be doing for that, because I think you guys get the gist of it. We've done it for 8 months now, and so we will schedule one final class where she's going to be putting it together. But she did say she is going to put together the spreadsheets, because there's so many other things we want to do right now. And I think you guys understand the process because it was confusing in the beginning. Now that you've done it, you can you can work with her for the first 8, and it should be a piece of cake for you to finish the last ones. But she will have the spreadsheets because she's going to be completing as well. She'll continue to do the spreadsheet cut list with the pictures, and we will send those to you. And then we'll schedule one final class where you're going to get together and you're going to sew together a row, or you're going to sew together a part, so you'll know how to do the assembly. Michelle is going to be doing the patches on your embroidery machine class. That's on the 27th, and that is with Design Center or IQ Designer. You do need to have one of those machines. She has 2 of those classes. One was done with Artspira, and the other one was done with Design Center IQ Designer. And that one, the IQ Designer, the IQ Designer Design Center class has also been pre-recorded. There is a pre-recorded version that is up on the website right now that you can just purchase, and I will send you the pre-recorded version. I'm doing Picasso pants next week. That's going to be on Thursday. Make sure everything is cut out, ready to go. We are going to be stitching. So that is going to be on the 28th. Can't wait to do that with you. And then I will be wearing and modeling my new pants all week. I'm going to stitch a pair out this week, and I'll show them to you on Tuesday. And then Friday, I had one last person sign up. The Can Do Sling Pouch, which we have hung up, so I can't show it to you. I hung it up, right? That class, that's going to be with Michelle. That's that little sling, cutie patootie sling bag class. That's going to be next Friday. If the last of the orders I will send out today, they'll be sent out priority mail. If you order the kit after today, we'll still send it to you. You just might not have it on time for the class, but she has that pre-recorded, I'm pretty sure, as well as you'll get the live class. So you'll get both of those, and you can just work through those at your leisure. I was like, oh, and Saturday, Virgos Unite. That's the birthday party that I'm going to go to. And then the week after, oh, don't forget the week after, we're doing, so on September 3rd, we're stitching out Karen, Michelle, and we're doing our own little Kimberbell day, and we're stitching out 3 projects. You can join us for all 1, 2. You can join us to just sit and sew with us. You don't even have to be working what we're working on, but we do have patterns and we do have kits for that. Order them soon so I can get them to you on time. And maybe on Tuesday we'll go ahead and we'll show you the actual projects again. And then September 4th, I'm doing my first Avenera Club, which is going to be custom quilting with built-in fills, taking a deeper dive. We're going to go deeper and just working with those fills and everything from sizing to just like rotating, taking out no-sew, doing all sorts of stuff with those. And we're doing the pennant, and I'll show those to you. And then on the 5th is going to be the Mystery Wall Feltflower September block. There's 2 of them, and they're super cute. Michelle's starting PE Design 11. So I think she might have maybe 1 or 2 spots left. So if you have PE Design or Palette 11 and you want to learn how to use it, it's a 10-class series. With you do have homework. She wants you actually participating as you go along with it. And then, of course, you can watch those whenever you want later on at your leisure. So if that's something that you can't even do because you work, you could watch the class in the evenings, do your homework, and participate that way. So you do not have to be there live. The Americana Pillow is happening on Thursday, the 11th of September. Karen Bowles going to be doing that stitch out with you, so make sure you get your kits and you're ready for that. And then I am going to be doing Welcome Friends on the 12th. Some of you are still waiting for your patterns. Those are supposed to be here at the end of the month, and then I will send them to you. Of course, they sold out of all of those. And then we have more coming up. We're just like, eat your Wheaties, get rest, and be ready to sew because we have an action-packed. We're just going to be churning out the classes and the content and the kits and hoping that you'll join us for all of those classes. Is that it? Did I answer everything? There will never be a class on putting together the spreadsheet because hopefully you could just look at the spreadsheet and look at the categories, and all I do is find the information in the book. So sorry, Shannon. No, there will never be a class on that. So I think you could just look at my spreadsheet and just copy it and find the information. All the information is there. I just look for it in the book and just put it on one page. And I will be working on the spreadsheet for Enchanted Winter because we are going to be doing that soon. So we have lots of fun stuff that's going to be happening. Will you let us see? You want to see my jumper? It's really cute because it's like a balloon jumper. Hopefully I don't fall off the chair. Do you see how it's got the... Ooh. And then look at, you can, this is like, oh wait, I think I have pockets too. Look at, I have pockets too, and like, oop, 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 oop. Okay, here, let me get down. I don't want to fall. Okay, that was my version of A-1 vacuum and sewing twerking. That's as good as it gets. Poor Patrick. All right, on the Merry and Bright, what size? We did it for the 8x8, I think. Although the pillow was bigger than that. I think I did my pillow 9x9. And even when I measured it afterwards, I'm pretty sure, because I made the insert for it, I always measure and then I make it 1 inch bigger. Or do at least half an inch bigger because you want it to like be nice and like plump. And remember, my Poppy had ripped apart my she ripped apart one of my stuffed animals that you take out the belly and then you stitch on it and then you put like the kid's name, put the belly and zip it up. And she ripped up the pillow and I kept the belly. And I was like, why am I hoarding? And then I was rewarded for my hoarding because I was able to use all of that stuffing in the pillow that we have here in this store. Your Kimberbell, so yeah, let's talk about that, Miss Shannon. Lori, do you mind grabbing the 3 samples for our Kimberbell Day, our A1's Kimberbell Day, the 3 samples? Do you mind grabbing those?
Are they over here?
Yeah, the 3 samples that we're doing for Kimberbell Day.
Hold on.
Thank you. I'll show them to you and we'll talk about it really quickly. Yes, PE Design 11, Joanne Simone took that class and she says it's wonderful and you will learn so much. Okay, these are the 3 projects that we're stitching out. Michelle will be stitching out the zipper pouch. This is from Oh Happy Day. We've kitted it, so if you like this, this is the exact kit that you're going to be going. You're not going to get the dingle dangle. That's what I call these. That makes Violet laugh. So this is what you will have. 5x7, so most of you can go ahead and do this project. So this is from Oh Happy Day. This is going to be Michelle. I'm going to be stitching out the mug rug. So this is the Sweet Land of Liberty. So much fun, really easy, flip and fold, piecing in the hoop with, the stars and the stitching on the top. You could like whip these up so fast. You could do 2 at a time, color group them and get these done. Just a nice little project. So these are fun. This is from Star Spangled Celebration. And then the final project that Karen's going to be stitching out with you is this pillow. I guess we could have, you know what? Maybe we were supposed to stitch in the, so you could do this as with a flange. I haven't looked at it, but if you stitched it in the flange to have like that big beefy border, then maybe that's 8x8. I'm not sure. But I just did mine to fill the whole entire pillow. This is the exact fabric that you're gonna get for your kit. This is what it will look like when you're done. You get all the ribbon, the buttons, everything, and Karen's gonna be sewing that down with you, or sewing the whole thing with you. This, I think, is 2 hoopings. It's 2 hoopings, and I think it's in the 8x8 hoop. So these are going to be the 3 projects. We're going to be stitching with you all day. It is free. It's going to be YouTube live, and you can join us for all or part of that. How about that? Did that answer your question?
I've been sewing forever too.
Joyce, email me. I will not look back at this. If I remember to, I will do it, but if I get busy and forget, please email me that you need to be added to that class, and I will add you to the class. What is the process of ordering the panel plus I want the Americana pillow? There's a kit for that. I'll show you the table runner, but the pillow is somewhere else right now. This is the Americana Lori Holt table runner. So cute. It'd be great on little, like a side table. You could double it and then make it go down your entire table. I love it because it's like different and fun. You're going to do flip and fold and applique in here. And this will happen later on. We're doing the pillow right now. You need to buy the pillow kit and probably a layer cake. Or if you want to do like all the projects, you would want probably a kit and then maybe the fat quarter bundle. And you need the design. So there's embroidery design that goes with it. What time was the pillow? Pillow, I don't know. I think we'll probably have, because that takes the most concentration. So we'll have Karen start the day. Pillow will be in the morning. Then we'll have, because I'm going to be racing around. Then you know what? We'll do that. Pillow in the morning, zipper pouch next after lunch, and then I'll close out the day with the really easy when you have a few brain cells left over and you can barely think. Then we'll do the mug rug. We'll do the mug. You'll do the mug rug with me. And Turkalicious. I was Turkalicious. Oh my God, that's funny, Shannon. Denim. Okay, Denim Franklin has not come in yet. I know, and I don't want you to worry about it, Betty, because I have the list. So if you got the kit for the table runner, just waiting for it. But I did get one of my fabrics from that line that finally came back in stock. Their back in stock date is scheduled for August 22nd. That's today. So I'll check on this. And will there be an email for the Americana pillow prep? That is a good question. I will send out something to, let me send out something to Karen, and I'll see if she can go ahead and tell us what the prep's going to be for the Americana pillow. Prep Americana pillow. And then what else? Is the Comfort and Joy in? No. None of our events are in store because, Tina, I hope someday you will visit us. But it was so funny because I have a group of ladies that I call the OGs, and they've been with us since before we carried any product. Since before, Patrick and I were even involved in the store, and so we call them the OGs. And they came into the store yesterday, and they were like, we want an event. We want an in-store event. And I'm like, have you seen the place? I have no place to put you. So, yeah. So what happened was we did have a classroom. We would do classes for, between 8 to 12 people was the most that we could do. But all of that space during the pandemic became retail space and workspace and kidding space. And we've just grown in different ways that make it so we don't have room for the class. And plus it's always a mess in here. This type of store that you're like, People come in and I apologize and they go, oh, it reminds me of my sewing room. But I know it does make some of you panic when you come in here. You're like, oh my God, this stuff. So anyways, all our classes are done via Zoom at this point. Sometimes we'll do some one-on-one stuff, but for the most part, yes, it is going to not be a shop event. It is it'll be a YouTube live event. Don't say now, don't say no, just say now. Carol, she's one of our OGs. So anyways, let's get started with the day. There is no question. We'll just do throw in a comment. So, I mean, even if you, and don't do it now, don't do it in the chat. You want to do it in the comments. So, is that different? I can't even give you instructions. You guys know how it works. How does it work? After the feed ends, then you're going to do it. Do you throw a comment in? I don't even know because I don't do it. Patrick, how do they enter? You guys know what to do. Just do it after the feed ends, then you're going to put in a comment, and it can be any comment. You can just say, clean your store, and you can win next week. And we'll do something really fun. And then I also know that I have to have a jelly kit for Grandma Sews, and I can't remember who it was. Remind me, send me an email because I will send you a kit. I think I wrote it down somewhere, and I think that's it. Have a great day. Be creative. Make something awesome. We will see you next week. I will be needling